You are live. Pop right up in the middle of my screen there. I am live. Been live for a second. There we go. Now it's broadcasting to all of all my other pages and YouTube channels and Periscope and the like. So hanging out. Sitting here playing around with this, being a little bit geeky tonight, seeing if I could actually use my iPad as my second monitor in StreamYard, because it says that you can actually add, like if I wanted to do something rather than when I do a screen share, it says it recommends using a second monitor. So I was trying to figure out how to do that so I could do a screen share and use my iPad as the second monitor. I might be able to do it in the reverse where I actually stream here, but it was very cool in how I could set that up. So I was just trying to mess around with this a little bit to see what I could make work. And I'm not sure if I did anything or not. Yeah, I was doing something over here. StreamYard would like to access your microphone and camera. So I can do that. Let's hit audio, mute that out, then enter broadcast studio so I can add myself in to the broadcast studio. Let me see. Let me mute that. I'm getting a lot of echo. Is muted. Whew. Sorry, I had to end that. Just messing around on Tech Tuesday. So if I just totally messed you guys all up, sorry about that. Just like playing around sometimes to see if I can have a little bit of fun. I'm sure there's a workaround, but you see what I've got going on. You see, like right here, I've got my name, and I got this cool little streaming banner going across down here on the bottom, which is very cool and awesome. Now, believe it or not, this shirt is actually yellow, and it looks sort of pale compared to like the yellow that's down here on the banner, which is crazy, which is cool. And this is my new hat. My wife's gonna have my XTRM on my hat up here, so it's gonna have sort of a NWA flair. For those of you that don't know, man, I need a haircut like crazy. I got a whole kind of afro hidden up underneath this hat. It's all good in the hood. I'm loving this. I think what I'm gonna do to the wall back here, you guys, I'm gonna get some of the chromo green and I'm gonna paint this area back here. I'm gonna frame it in so it looks like a movie theater screen. So I'm gonna paint this, put a black border around it. I'm gonna get the chromo green in the middle. Then I can put whatever I want to on the back here. So it's gonna be very coolerific. I can do some stuff there. And it's not necessarily just to be cool, but the whole goal is if I can offset myself to maybe one side and I can do a presentation, I can actually put the notes on whichever side up here and actually run the notes and do talking points up here and maybe do screen in videos and things like that to just do some better teachings and some better trainings and have a little bit of fun while I'm doing this stuff here. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Forrest Knight out here in St. Louis. I'm a social media marketing strategist and coach. Absolutely awesome. I love helping people succeed online, doing whatever that means in terms of prospecting, follow up, using social media, all that fun stuff, with the ultimate goal to create no more empty refrigerators. Absolutely enjoy doing that and working with folks. Totally excited about my place in life. Have an absolutely awesome wife. Have some absolutely awesome children that still haven't created any grandbabies for me yet. I don't know what that's all about, but they need to get busy. Maybe I need to have a birds and the bees talk with them or something. You all need to get married first, though, for sure. That would be a blessing. So if you guys have grandchildren out there you'd like to rent out, I will definitely take care of them really good, spoil the heck out of them, feed them lots of stuff they're not supposed to eat, and they'll come back to you completely spoiled rotten. So if you're open to the idea, I'll gladly borrow them from you. So if you guys have grandchildren out there you'd like to rent out, at no additional charge. So appreciate you guys, appreciate you for swinging by. So just wanted to talk a couple of things about, it is Tech Tuesday, and what I love geeky stuff. And when it comes to marketing and branding and all of that kind of other stuff, some people get all caught up in the deal. As a matter of fact, we just had a little team chat a little bit earlier, and people were like, well, how do I follow up? How do I track people what I'm doing? And one of the easiest ways that I sort of, and this is weird because I've got a lot of online tech, but one of my favorite ways that I track just my daily stats, and it's not even really big, is I've got this, and it's nuts. For example, here's, I'm not sure how well you can see that, it's got like little check marks in it. And I'll put up the different areas that I'm prospecting in, say, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, or whatever. And I'll simply go through, and as I'm reaching out to people, say, for example, on LinkedIn, I decide I want to reach out to 25 people. So I'm going to go in there and prospect 25 people. So I write LinkedIn in my journal. I put the date at the top, prospected 25 people. And then depending on how those people respond, I may come back and, maybe get 3 responses. So the next column over would be, 3 people responded, send out 2 presentations. And that would be on that day for LinkedIn. And I'd do another column, another row for Facebook. So it's very, very simple. It's just a journal. I mean, you can do it on any kind of deal, but I've got the dates in here, and all it is just a ticker. And the reason, what I do, and it's sort of 2 parts. This is my ticker that I just keep track of people and how many people I reach out to, because I have a daily goal of reaching out to 53 people. I think I reached out to 113 today. And that was just this evening, because I just have a system. And once you get a system down, you can go really fast, right? You can go really, really fast. I've got one now. I've got a bucket with about 7,200 people in it, which is just like unloaded on me. So I've been working on that bucket of just reaching out to the people that are in that bucket, reaching out. And every time I turn around, I get 10 more people in that bucket, which is cool. And it's all based, I'm not even going to go into the crazy stuff, but I've got a page out there that's just attracting a lot of people, and I'm getting a lot of likes and comments and shares. So as a result of that, those people are all raising their hands saying, I'm interested in what you're talking about. So they're in my bucket, and it makes it really, really easy. They're really targeted. So between that and LinkedIn, I've got a ton of leads out there. So one of the things I talked about here, I think it was about a week ago, I talked about how to find people on social media. And one of those is going to a page, something that you like, a brand that you like, going and finding a post or a comment. And there's 2 ways to do that. You can find a post that has a lot of comments, and of course you can engage with the people in that post. And the other way is to find a post that has a lot of likes, and you can prospect the people that have liked on that post. And it's just people raising their hand. And the reason you pick out a brand that you're liked and you're familiar with, it gives you an opportunity to build micro rapport. And micro rapport is simply saying, hey, I see you're into Coach purses. Hey, I see you're into specialized bicycles, whatever. I see you're into skydiving. I see you're into travel. I see you're into scuba diving. Whatever it is, I am too. I'm expanding my business to wherever they live, to their area. I was curious. I know we don't know each other. However, I see you're into scuba diving. I'm expanding my business to Singapore, and it's curious if you might be able to take a look at what I'm doing. If not, absolutely okay, no big deal. So you've done 2 things there. One is you addressed the elephant in the room a couple of times. One is you said you didn't know, you don't know them. 2, you talked about, you did a little micro rapport saying, hey, I see you're into scuba diving. I am too. You built some micro rapport in there. The reason I'm reaching out to you, I'm expanding my business in Singapore. And the reason I'm reaching out to you is if you might be able to take a look at what I'm doing. If not, absolutely okay. You're giving them an out. Let me know either way. And you're setting them up for a response. So that's the part that once you get really good-erific at doing that, your lead bucket gets very, 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 very big, because you can simply go through the phone book and start at the A's and work your way through categories. So I just said a bunch: plumbers, hikers, football, sports. Oh my God, sports is endless. I mean, you could go sports general like NFL, then you could break the NFL down into all the teams. You could go baseball general, you could break the baseball teams down into general. You could go baseball minor leagues. You could go soccer. I don't know a lot about, but you could go soccer. Then you could go soccer by country. You could go soccer country by team. I mean, you could really narrow it down. You could find their pages on social media, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, or wherever they hang out, and you can go guns a-blazing after them, right? LinkedIn, you can track people down by what they do, and you can be very general. For example, sales. You go into sales, there's like 113,000 people come up with sales in their title. If you wanted to narrow it down, you could go automobile sales, furniture sales, home sales, mortgage sales, any kind of, you can narrow that way down to do a real targeted blast of, hey, I work with people that specialize in this type of sale. So it just depends. You can go after a specific type of person. Another way you can do that is maybe personality types on Facebook. Anthony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, any big personality, you can go and there's going to be tons of posts. Celebrities all day long. Celebrities are going to have tons of people. If you're a Michael Jackson fan, go to the Michael Jackson Facebook page. I don't even know if he has one, but you know, whoever your favorite artist is, and there's going to be tons of people on there, and it's an easy micro report builder. Hey, girlfriend, I see you're into whoever, and I love her music. I just wanted to reach out to you. It looks like you have a really cool profile. I know we don't know each other. I'm expanding my business into whatever area they live in. I was wondering if you might be able to take a look at what I'm doing. Very casual conversation, because you have something. Now, you don't have to be super creepy and say, I saw you on that page. You might want to leave that part out. You just say, hey, I see you're into whatever. I see you into hiking. I see you into biking. If you say, I saw you on the so-and-so page, you're like, wow, they're creeping. They're stalking you on the so-and-so page. So you might want to sort of leave that part out just to keep it a little bit more casual. And if they come back and say, because here you got to realize, and when you go and watch the trainings that I did on how to do that, how to get them in their in bucket, in your phone, it pops up, there's a little notifier. Some people don't notice that, but you can also go back and knock on their door if it's on a page and say, hey, just want to let you know. And if they just sit out there, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm getting a lot of people that responded to messages that I sent them 6, 7, 8 months ago. My wife got a response from somebody that actually we reached out to over a year ago. And then just here this a couple of weeks ago, we had somebody that we had prospected like 18 months ago who reached out to us and said, hey, we want to join your business. So the opportunity is, if you're out there dropping those little micro billboards into people's inboxes and saying, hey, are you open? 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 Somebody's going to take a look at your stuff. I was prospecting right before I got on the phone call, and I get this real cool text message that says, so-and-so has just finished watching your presentation. And of course, guess what? Gave me their full name, email, and phone number. So guess what I get to do is I get to follow up with them tomorrow, because I'm not sure what time zone they're in, but I'll check it out. I mean, it's only 10:30 here, so if they're in California, they might get a call from me as soon as I get off this live, just to check in with them and say, hey, I see you liked, I see you watched the presentation. What did you like most about what you saw? And again, it's about following up. It's about prospecting. It's about being interactive. It's about having a system. Of course, this guy is in my bucket, so I can see him, and I'm going to move him over to my spreadsheet and put him in my tracker, so I know that he watched the presentation today. I did an initial follow-up on this day, but don't get any response. I'm going to my 4-day follow-up, then my 15, then my 30, then my 60, then my 90. And I'm going to keep following up with this guy through different follow-up processes. It isn't, hey, do you want to buy? Hey, do you want to buy? Hey, do you want to buy? There's a system in that of following up to get people to engage with you. And it's sort of, you put them on the hook initially, and then you take them off the hook and you let them know. And it's a way for them to get re-engaged down the road. So when you're following up with marketing, it's very, very important that you do that stuff. You have systems in place. What does software have to do with this? So I know I was talking about Tech Tuesdays. It's funny that I'm using my yellow, deal with all my yellow on here. Didn't do that on purpose, but it just happens to be the color of the journal that I'm using right now. I've got a bunch of other ones. Anyway, so talking about Tech Tuesday stuff, find some software. If you like to use Google Sheets, if you like to use a notepad, if you like to use something, you need to be able to track your people somewhere. I recommend, if you like using the digital business cards, there's really cool access there. If you'd like some information on that, I can send you the link to that. Google Docs is my favorite one, because I can actually share that with people. if I go out and get a bunch of leads and I've got a lot of stuff going on, I can actually take some of those leads and actually hand them off to a team member by simply sharing a sheet with them or sharing a tab with them in Google Docs. I can say, hey, here's some leads, follow up with these people. If you get them enrolled, get them on your team and get them going. So depends on how you want to run a system and want to run your business. If you're running a contest, hey, whoever does this, I've got 10 people I'm going to put on your team, or 5 people I'm going to put on your team, or 3 people I'm going to put on your team based on how much production you do. So you can roll out contests depending on how that rolls out. So find your tools of choice. Find something that works for you, that fits into your brain, that you can systematically do 2 things. One is have something down. You notice on my general tracking to keep track of my daily numbers, it's just tick marks. It's tick marks on the day. It's tick marks. I sent out this. I prospected this many people on LinkedIn. I prospected this many people on Facebook. I prospected this many people on Instagram. Wherever you're reaching out to people, like that's your numbers. And then you got responses from, as those numbers, you got responses from this. And the reason you want to do that is because I got this really cool message, and I'll share this with you, right? I'm going to share this with you because I thought it was really neat, and this is going to, I think, make my point. Let's see if I can find it here really quick. So thank you for inspiring me to prospect 65 people a day. I didn't anticipate so many responses. I truly appreciate you. This is one of the people that's in our marketing group, and we talked about it. I put people on a challenge because I do 53. She's doing 65 people a day. That's going to run her up around 1,600 or 1,700 people by the end of the month if she's doing that every day. But here's the cool part about that is I didn't anticipate so many responses. Now understand that she didn't say yes responses. She said responses. Because if you're knocking on somebody's door, right now people are looking for a side hustle, right? So the more doors you knock on, the faster, the more opportunity you're going to be able to beat me to the punch. Because when you got people like this, and you got people like my team members who reach out to 50, 60 people a day, we're going to get there before you do. So if you're worried about what to say or how to say it, just be you. Just reach out to people. Don't spam them your link. Ask them permission first. Say, hey, I'm expanding my business, having a lot of fun doing it. Wonder if you want to take a look at what I'm doing. No, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. I know we don't really, if they're maybe you're connected on Facebook, but you're not really friends. Hey, I know we're connected on Facebook. I know we don't really know each other. We've never chatted. I'm expanding my business. I'm having a lot of fun. Curious if you might want to, if you're open to take a look at what I'm doing. If not, absolutely okay, no big deal. And you can say that over and over and over and over and over and track it. And the reason you want to track it is because this is what makes it fun. It gives you a number to go back and position yourself on mentally. So if you reached out to 50 people and you got 5 people that said yes, that's awesome. So guess what you're going to do next time? You're going to reach out to 60 people, 70 people, 80 people, because now because you reached out to 50 people, and it's not going to work that way every time, but I guarantee you, the more people you reach out to, the more opportunities you have a year from now from somebody to reach out to and join your team. I can guarantee you that. If you're not reaching out to those people, they're not going to follow up with you, because remember that message is sitting in their inbox. Unless they just come and delete it, it's just sitting in their inbox. Now, somebody blatantly comes out and says, no, I'm not interested in what you got going, or they're just nasty or whatever. If they get nasty, just block them, poke them, and move on. There's 7 billion people on the planet to follow up with, so don't worry about them. They'll be okay, and so will you. So reach out to them. If they say, I'm not interested right now, say, absolutely great. I hear you. I'd say, you want to feed that back to them. I hear you. You're not interested right now. What I'll do is I'll swing back by in about 45 days. You've just postured yourself to check on you, see how things are going. Cool? And they always go, it's just like that's the cool thing, right? And then of course you put them on your follow-up calendar, and you follow up in 45 days. It's going to go by like that. You follow up with them in 45 days. They pop back up and say, hey man, 45 days flew by already. Last time we talked, I know you were busy. You said you weren't interested right now. I was wondering if you might be able to take a look at what I'm doing right now, and just reach back out to them. And they may say yes, no, yes, sure, go ahead and send me some information. Hey, great, I've got a short presentation I'd like to share with you. It's about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, however long your presentation is. How soon can you watch it so I can put you on my calendar, schedule a follow-up? And you do that on a regular basis, and you do that over and 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 over. And guess what? Your business will start to grow, and you'll start to get customers. The next thing you know, you'll look up and you go, oh my God, I've got 825 customers. Where the heck did all these people come from? True story. It's like it gets more better and more better and more better and more better and more gooder. As Compensati would say, it gets gooder and gooder. Um, he's a millionaire that I know that's just very, very cool and authentic, and he uses some fun words like gooder. A very neat guy. So hopefully you got some value from this. So find a system that works. Find Google Docs, a notebook, something to keep track of what you're doing. And I highly recommend you track your activity. We do it every week. We track our activity. We can't set a goal on how many people I'm going to enroll. If I knew that, oh my God, I could be a billionaire next tomorrow. So you're never going to know who's going to enroll. You're never going to know how many people are going to be on your team. You can set that goal out there. I know I want to have 300 personal team members enrolled by me. How long that's going to take, I have no earthly idea. It could take a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. I don't care. All I know is that every single day I'm going to reach out to 50 to 60 people every single day, 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 every single day. And like today, I overdid it because I gave my dog a bath. He was funky. So that interrupted my day a little bit, but I had gone a little bit crazy. And so I had my bucket there. So it made it real easy. So I go bam, 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 and just do that. And I have 3 or 4 different messages I mix up so I don't get kicked off of Facebook. So I'll do 10 messages, and then I'll get the next message. I'll change it around a little bit and send 10 more. And I'll get the next message. I'll change around, send a little 10 more, and I'll change around, send 10 more. And I mix it up a little bit. And I do that. And I can go through it very, very quickly. Based on the system, and I can do it right here on my phone, and I can do it very, very quickly. And I've got another bucket that has about 647 people in it that have all their names, phone numbers, and email, and they're in my long-term follow-up. And I text message them, and I can go through texting. Of course, I can't get kicked off of Facebook for text messaging people, but I use the exact same follow-up word tracks in my text messages that I do in my cold prospecting, with one exception, is that in the people with the phone numbers, they've raised their hand and said, I'm interested. They just haven't pulled the trigger yet. So those people are in my long-term, hey, doing some deflection follow-ups that I'm doing. So there's a lot going on. And I know if you're brand new, you go, what the heck did Forrest just say? There's a lot. And once you get started, so here's what you do. First of all, you got to keep it really, really simple. And for those of you that are in the Rank Makers group, I posted up my daily method of operation up there, which probably blew some people's heads up. So very, very thing is figure out what your daily action step is, the thing that you are going to do every single day. Now, us in the inner circle and the coaches and the Rank Makers, some of us have made a commitment to do a Facebook Live every day. That's my commitment. That's my daily action steps, to do a Facebook Live every day. And then there's some other action steps that follow into that are, there's a Wealth Wednesday thing we do, and we have a follow-up day, and we have some Celebration Fridays, which are other things. But I've made a commitment that I'm going to do a Facebook Live every single day. And making that commitment makes me come up with stuff to talk about, right? It makes me come up and do some research. What am I going to talk about today? I'm still over here on my iPad doing something. Actually says I got a low battery, so that's absolutely okay. Hey, Rick, thanks for swinging by. Hey, Lynn Duncan, thanks for swinging by. What's going on? Hey, Joe, thanks for swinging by. So following up, I don't know why I just stuck that pin up there. Following up is very, very important. Make sure you do that. So keep it simple. So what your job is your daily action step can be prospecting. Figure out how many people, let me take that back. Find a time frame to prospect in, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I recommend at least 30 minutes because you get enough action and prospect during that 30 minutes. Don't do anything but reach out, and do that for 30 minutes. If somebody responds back to you and says, hey, I want information, don't respond back to them. Just keep prospecting. And when they're not going anywhere, just let them sit there. And then when you're done, then you can reply back to them and say, and you do send out your presentation for your follow-ups. The next day, you're going to come in and see if there's anybody you need to follow up from the previous day. Follow up with them. Reach out, and then follow up. Then reach out, follow up. reach out, follow up, until you get some momentum going. And if you need some help, always, reach out to one of the team leaders. If you guys do 3-way calls, you put them on a Zoom, whatever your system is behind that, make sure you're plugging people in, getting them to watch a teaser video if you have one, get them to watch some type of presentation. Then from there, you're going to always move them to the next meeting, the next event, get them into the funnel and whatever. And eventually, guess what? They're going to enroll and they're going to get started, and you go, hey, guess what? You're going to do exactly what I did because it's very, very duplicatable, right? If you start doing too much, you don't have to do a Facebook Live every single day like I do to build a big business. The majority of my leads and business come from me reaching out to other people. I shouldn't say the majority of them, probably 99.9% of them come from me reaching out. I've got very, very few people that I've actually generated business from doing a Facebook Live. So Forrest, why would you do a Facebook Live? Because the Facebook Live isn't for me, it's for you. And it's a selfish program that I decided I want to give away. So if I can come on here and make an impact to somebody and do a training, and they respond back to me and says, thank you for inspiring me to prospect 65 people a day. I didn't anticipate so many responses. I truly appreciate you. Win. I freaking win. I win, because that's my purpose in life, is to make an impact, to create no more empty refrigerators. This is Forrest in St. Louis. I love you. Jesus loves you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Go out and make an extreme impact. Create no more empty refrigerators. Peace out. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.